Hey, you are watching Entertainment Bites on Fallon Reacts. So, yeah, this time we are talking about a Buffy sequel update. And for those that may not know, yes, there is actually in the works a sequel to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I think it's ignoring the comics, which thank goodness for that. I bless you for doing that because Sarah Michelle Gellar is a part of this project, but Josh Whedon is not, from my understanding. And I think that is the only reason Sarah Michelle Gellar would consider being part of this project. That Josh Whedon is not involved. Actually, from my understanding, the production company for Buffy the Vampire Slayer is actually Dolly Parton's production company. Apparently, she was actually involved in a lot of TV shows, including the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So, turns out, yeah, Dolly Parton is making sure we get a continuation of the Buffy story where Buffy is actually mentoring vampire slayers now. I believe it's called Buffy New Sunnydale, and Sarah Michelle Gellar is the mentor. She is the Giles of this situation, which they could at some point probably bring in Anthony Stewart Head. He was very much alive by the end of Buffy season 7. We might even get to see Xander. We might get to see Willow. I don't know if we'll get to see Spike because he has said in the past that he's like, I've gotten old. I would love to play this character. He's my favorite character, but I'm old now. And I'm like, sir, do you think any Gen Xers or millennials are going to care how old you look? Plus, there's this thing called makeup and CGI, which can, like, remove some of those wrinkles. It's like, we still love you. We still love Spike. But we're going to get into this article I have about Sui Wonder joins the Buffy reboot. So, Sui is ready to slay. Literally, the actress has just been cast in Hulu's upcoming Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. Though, to be honest, it doesn't look so much as a reboot as a continuation because it's dealing with multiple Slayers, which is what happened at the end of season 7. But I think this is great. Apparently, this actress, Sui Wonders, is going to be playing a character that is believed to be a vampire in the pilot, which is supposed to come out in 2026. So I'm actually really interested in this. And I may actually do reviews of it because Buffy the Vampire Slayer means a lot to me. I grew up on it. I started watching it when I was like 15 years old. And that was back in Buffy season 3. It was great. I loved it. I became obsessed with it. And I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer and I watched Angel. Even though they had times where things were really bad, like seeing red, I am still offended by. I can't believe they made Spike do that because it was very out of character for Spike. And based on interviews James Marsters done, it was very traumatizing for him. He never wanted to do anything. In fact, he has it in his contract now about he will never do a scene like that ever. You can't make it because now it's in his contract that you can't make him do it. So good for him. So, yeah, Sui Wonders actually says there will only be there for one episode. One. So the new Slayer is Kiera Armstrong, who is also in Star Wars Skeleton Crew. She will be playing Nova, a shy high school student, stepping into Buffy's world. Yeah, and it says Sarah Michelle Gellar returns not as the Slayer, but as a mentor figure. Which, that makes sense if she's training the next generation. She is older. She is an older woman. It has been 20 years since Buffy was on the air. So that makes sense. It's like the body, it can only handle so much. And the fact that she's training the next generation, that actually makes sense. And Sui Wonders describes Sarah Michelle Gellar as a legend who is deeply involved in the show. Well, yeah, she spent so much of her life and she is still well loved for her role as Buffy. So Gellar is not only advising as far as Buffy lore, but also is offering career and life guidance. Yeah, and great thing about Sui Wonders, she previously starred in the reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is another project Sarah Michelle Gellar was involved in the 90s. So yeah, it really does look like what they said is true. It is stacking the deck as far as Buffy the Vampire Slayer goes. Trying to bring in the best characters, and like it slowly information is rolling out. Not a ton, not too much information, but I'm wondering how this is going to play out. I hope it's good. I hope the writing is superb. And you know that a lot of fans for Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel are going to want to watch this because this means a lot to an entire generation. Well, multiple generations. Yes, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was incredibly campy, but you can still watch it and enjoy it. You can't always say that about modern shows, but they're not cult classics like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel was. And I know that due to the age, they can't like bring Angel and Spike in because of the age, but I don't think anybody would care because those men age like fine wine. Let's be real. And you could always come up with a perfect excuse because when they dropped Angel off, that basically LA got sucked into hell. Angel and Spike, they both could have been turned human, and that could have give cause for why they aged. They were in hell for quite a long time, and it could also, and there's also the fact of Connor could be introduced. Um, oh, I could talk about this for hours. So yeah, keep an eye out. As updates for Buffy do come up, I will be bringing them up because this is a very important topic to me. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm excited about this. I'm happy to see more and more young faces in the Buffy fandom, and we're gonna see how this plays out. All I can say is please don't screw this up. But the fact that they have Sarah Michelle Gellar there to try to keep the lore consistent, meaning they're going to use the actual lore from the original show, which is great, and I'm excited. And I want your opinion. Are you going to want to watch this? Do you want to hear more about the updates in regards to the Buffy sequel reboot show? Love to hear from y'all down in the comment section. And as always, I will catch y'all on the flip side.